So instead of trying to figure out how to travel to Canada during COVID, how about you find out if you are actually eligible to travel to Canada at this point in time? In this video, I'm going to break it down into a two-step formula. Step one, are you eligible to travel to Canada? And step two, how exactly you can travel to Canada during COVID, coming up next. Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Darlington again from Darlington Academy. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down to you guys on the simple ways you can travel down to Canada. But first of all, like I said in the intro of this video, it's going to be like a two-step formula. Step one rather, to how to find out if you're eligible to come to Canada. And then the step two is exactly how to travel to Canada during COVID. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also hit the notification button so that you can be aware when I make further videos. Without wasting anybody's time, let's dive in so I can show you guys exactly how to get the process going. So as you guys can see on my screen right now, this is the step one, which is how to find out if you're eligible to travel to Canada. So for this particular example, we're going to be using a foreign national, which is like, let's say, an international student, maybe coming from Pakistan or India, Nigeria, the US, any place at all. So it says, answer a few questions to find out if you may be allowed to enter Canada. So for this option, we're going to choose a foreign national and continue. Then the next question says, are you showing signs and symptoms of COVID-19? If you do not know what those signs are, over here you can see signs and symptoms of COVID-19. Click on it and then it shows you the option. So if you're feeling any of the symptoms, then it could be that you have COVID-19 or you're just showing signs, because you could still show signs without actually having COVID-19 or being positive. So for this particular example, we're going to say, no, I don't have COVID-19 symptoms. Continue. How do you plan on entering Canada from another country? Continue. So the next question is, which best describes you or your reason for entry into Canada? So like I said, if you're coming in to visit or you're coming in to like for any occasion at all, you're going to see all these options here. If you're coming in like you're trying to bring your partner to Canada, you're trying to bring your parents and grandparents, you choose those options here. But for this example, we are going to be working with international students. So that's the option I'm going to choose and continue. So after that, it's telling me that to be able to enter Canada, you must have a valid study permit. As an international student already who it's kind of as in valid to come to Canada, you should already have your study permit. So I'm going to leave that option. The only thing I want you guys to pay attention, again, this is for international students, right? The first step, like I said, is find out if you're eligible. So this is showing us now that you will likely be allowed to enter Canada if you meet these requirements. So for international students, it's likely that they're going to enter Canada. Now the next step should be, what exactly do you have to do, or how do you enter Canada during COVID? So for international students, these are the 4 things, or rather 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things that you should have handy before you decide to come to Canada, because it's been proven that you can come. But before you now come in, you have to make sure that you have all these requirements. Number 1, you have to check if the school that you've applied to, if your school is a designated learning institution. with a COVID-19 readiness plan. It's a requirement for international students coming into Canada to make sure that the school they're coming into to study, it's a designated learning institution with a COVID-19 readiness plan. Number 2, bring your valid study permit, right? Then the next one is read and follow the mandatory isolation requirements. Then read and follow the provincial authority restrictions, and then use ArriveCAN to submit your information. I'm going to walk you guys through on these steps. I'm not going to talk much about it. What I'm going to do is I'll touch little on each and every one of them, and I'll be dropping the link of all of this in the description area, so that if you're an international student, this is all you need to provide before you come into Canada during COVID. And this should also kind of serve like as a guide for other people. If you kind of have like a permanent residency, you're coming to see your family members or your loved ones, follow the same process. Is going to show you what to do next, right? What you're going to do next is exactly how to come into Canada during COVID. Find out if you're eligible. Once you're eligible, then it tells you exactly what you need to do next. So back to our example for international students. This is how to find out if your school is a designated learning institution. So over here, it says, find out if your DLI is approved. So what school level are you going into? When you click on this drop down, it shows you primary or secondary school and post-secondary school. Primary or secondary school, they are all in schools in Canada and they are all DLI approved. But for post-secondary schools, usually they have international students coming in. These are the ones you have to pay attention to. So you click on that and then you go down. And then the next question is, in which province or territory is your post-secondary school located? For this example, we are going to be using Nova Scotia. So once you click on that, all the schools under are all the schools that are designated learning institutions that are approved for COVID-19 readiness plan. If you can't see your school right here, all you have to keep doing is you click the next button and the third one. But to make it easier for you, you can just find your school by using that filter space there. You type in the name of your school and then you'll find it out. I'll give you guys an example. Let's say you want to study in Alberta. The school I attended in Alberta is called Bow Valley. Okay, right there, it's showing you Bow Valley College, meaning if you're someone who already attended or you applied to study in Bow Valley, that means Bow Valley right now is accepting international students to come in and study, right? So they are among the designated learning institutions that are approved to accept international students. That is how to find that out. Then the next step, like I said, is have your study permit ready. Like I said, if you are coming into Canada to study, I'm going to assume that you already have your study permit. I'm not going to talk much about this. If you do not have a study permit, I will leave this link in the description area, and all you have to do is follow this process and apply for a study permit. The next step is without symptoms, because when we're answering this question, it said if you do not have symptoms, you should make plans on where you're going to isolate for 14 days. So again, this is part of the requirements. I will leave this link also in the description area. With this one, this is the time you make plans with. If you have family members, this is the time to contact them and you guys can discuss how you're going to isolate, maybe one room, or depending on what you guys figure out with your loved ones, or if you're coming in by yourself, you should be able to find a spot where you can spend 14 days all by yourself, so that you do not, it's just to make sure that you do not develop symptoms along the line, because for some people it takes like a couple days or weeks for them to be experiencing symptoms of COVID COVID-19. This is again the third requirement. The first requirement is you check out if your school is among the designated learning institutions. You have your valid study permit. You make plans to isolate for 14 days. Then the next step is going to be making sure that the province that you're going into, that you respect their restriction policy, right? So there are differences. Like in here it says there are currently travel restrictions and exemptions when moving between some provinces and territories, right? So again, this is like a whole lot of information right here, because you have Atlantic provinces, Central, which is Ontario and Quebec, West Coast, North. So it breaks down all the different provinces in Canada. I'll leave this link again for you to look into it when you are kind of as at the airport, or once you come down into Canada. You have to pay attention to see if you are eligible, or if you are free to move from, for example, let's say Ontario to Alberta, or from Alberta to BC, right? So sorry about that, that was my time. So you have to make sure that you are kind of as an eligible to like come in at that time within the province, right? So I'll leave this link, you pay attention to that, and then you figure out if you can move around within provinces. If not, then it's very, very important that you respect the province and their rules and regulation, because in Canada, they take things very, very seriously here. And finally, you have to download an app called ArriveCan. So this app is mandatory because you use it to provide your travel information on and after your entry into Canada. In order to be able to download this app, you can get one on the App Store. You can also get one. This is for Android and for iOS. iOS, you can get it from the App Store, and then for Android phones, you can get it from Google Play. So once you get this information, you sign in and you upload your travel information. This is going to help with, monitoring like the COVID, as in all the health related information with COVID, right? Just to make sure, this is all kind of protocols, just to make sure that when you come into Canada, you are going to be safe and Canadians are also going to be safe. This is just like a simple step. Step 1, find out if you're eligible. Step 2, how to travel. And then you see like all the different, as in A, B, C, D, E, the 4 ways for you, the things you need to put together before you enter into Canada. If you're an international student. But if you're not an international student, follow the other ways based on that criteria that is showed up. And then it's also going to tell you exactly what to do when you come into Canada or before you come into Canada. I hope this video helps someone who is out there and who is confused on what to do or what not to do during this COVID period when it comes to entering Canada. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.